Thor said, You didn't have to break it. I made those people a promise they would return home one day. But Galactus killed the world. Galactus also mentioned,
It was necessary so as this.
Galactus blasted at Thor. But then there is another, one who spoke for all who have no gods to speak for them. Then we can see Galactus being fired upon and Thor thrown away by the blast. One who saw the fallen angels and devils raging in the hollows of the dead world and thought not of salvation, but of rightfully of the ruins and vengeance. Thor exclaimed, No! Thor, I need to speak with your master, please brother. Do not make me go through you, said Beta Ray Bill, and Thor charged upon him. In the last part we saw, Thor managed to save the inhabitants but was unable to prevent Galactus from wrecking the planet as he absorbed its powers. The resulting battle was interrupted by the arrival of another hammer and its furious Corbinite bearer. Beta Ray Bill has tracked Galactus and Thor through the stars, and it is not a happy reunion. Long ago, the god of thunder waged war against an army of thousands alone, without sleep, without food, for years, armed only with his hammer, and no one has ever heard of it. It is because Thor has forgotten it. Even if he was reminded of the battle, he might not tell who the adversaries were, or what the war was about, because for an ageless undying god, 2 years is just like a fraction of a second. So it is rather impossible to know the true legend of Thor, because of one such as the newly crowned king of Asgard. In time they might all be forgotten, lost in the oceans of this immortal mind. In the next scene we can see Beta Ray Bill requesting Thor not to make him go through him. To which Thor replied, I'm sorry Bill, through is the only way. Then Bill charged at him and told that he knows this was not his brother, and he will have his vengeance on Galactus for corrupting Thor's honors. Bill continued that Galactus has taken his home, and now he will not let him take his brother, and until then Thor should know that he will not yield until Thor moves. Thor then replied, I know it. And Bill attacked Thor saying, then have it. And then within a blink of an eye, Thor threw Bill just like some mere insects. The broken piece of the planet Clypes exploded on its small, uninhabited moon with the power of 1,000 suns, and there, cacophonous above the reigning desolation of a world, the god of faithless rises to the sound of thunder, and Thor spoke, Brother, stay down. Thor continued and said that we have possessed the power of a herald of Galactus, and as well as the power of Bafit of All-Father of Asgard. In past, he and Bill have fought and was equal, but this time it will not be same. Thor then finally asked Bill to leave, but Bill said, I'm not going anywhere until I free you from this madness. And Thor replied, very well, and raised his hammer and lightning struck. And he transformed into his normal form and told Bill, do you see? I am still your brother. I have chosen this path. I am not a slave. But suddenly Galactus blasted at Thor and exclaimed,
No!
And continued,
You think yourself above my control, little god? The power cosmic is mine alone to wield. You are my herald. I gave you your power. You belong to...
Thor stopped him midway and said, Nah, I took your power and you have nothing from me. He continued, I have agreed to help you and I will honor my words, but be mindful of your tongue if you wish to. And then suddenly Bill attacked Thor exclaiming, Your word? Traitor. Bill continued, You tell me you choose this? In your right mind? And you chose to aid this monster? He also asked Thor to look in his eyes and answer, How can he still lift his hammer? To which Thor replied, Let me show you, and smashed Bill and said, I see you have forsaken your Asgardian armor. You came distressed for a fight. Do not act surprised when you find it. Bill replied that he would not dishonor Odin by battling his son in his kingdom's colors. To which Thor charged and exclaimed, His kingdom, Asgard, is mine now. Bill then dodged Thor's attacks and smashed his face on the ground and said, and at least one of us still remembers what it stands for. And then Thor asked Bill if he knows that was easy for him, and slammed Bill to the ground and continued that the Black Winter is spreading and it is coming for everyone as it came for the universe before theirs, and he will not allow it even if that means aligning himself with that devil. And he punched Bill and again said he will not be judged by Bill. Bill then kicked Thor and said, and if it means death for another planet, what then? How much death will you allow on your crown? Bill continued, you are a king. You don't have to do this. You are arrogant fool. You could have sent the whole Asgard. You could have come to me. And smashed Thor then replied, he did this because he was the king and because he was Thor. And he threw his hammer at Bill, but Bill caught it. Then Thor asked Bill to let it go, or else he will take his arm with it, as there is no power in the universe strong enough to stop Thor's hammer called. And Bill replied, and yet Thor then again asked Bill to let it go, or else it will kill him. But Bill replied, never, you do not deserve it. You are not worthy. Thor then replied, fine, I'll use another. And he summoned Stormbreaker, and Bill exclaimed, no! And Thor charged with the Stormbreaker and clashed it with Mjolnir in Bill's hand, and Stormbreaker broke and Bill fell in the ground. Thor then said, I told you, I warned you. Do you believe me now? Will you relent? Will you yield? Please, brother, Bill replied, I am not your brother, and told, damn you. And suddenly the Bifrost appeared between Thor and Bill, and Thor exclaimed, who would dare? And a voice came from the Bifrost which said, and then we can see it was Lady Sif guarding Bill behind her, and she said,
I have watched more than enough. If you wish to continue this insanity, then I am truly sorry, Thor. True is the only way.
So hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new to our channel, subscribe us and press the bell icon to get all the latest updates. Thank you and stay tuned for the next part.